You know, every interaction, everything that you do when you see women, literally it's a mirror. It's a direct mirror of who you actually are. And it's not just with women too. I say that because that's what you guys think about, right? But at the same time, it has to do with life. Life is a mirror. Life is a mirror of your internal state. It's a mirror of your self-image. It's a mirror of who you believe that you are, your values, all of these things, and how you've built yourself up over time. Everything is a mirror to that. Your current situation is a mirror of what work you put in to get to that situation. Everything is a mirror for you. But specifically women, that's the mirror that a lot of men run away from. A lot of men run away from that mirror. And I'm not saying this like, oh, men should be sleeping with all the women. No. But even just interactions, they're afraid to talk to women. Just interact with them. Because they're like, man, I don't want to expose myself. And not all men, of course, but there are a lot of men who are like, I just don't want to expose myself to a rejection. A lot of men are scared of rejection. So they're like, I'd rather just not even talk at all because I'm just going to get rejected. And you have to understand, it's like, that's a feedback loop that you get. And I'm not saying that you're looking for validation, but you're also looking at signals in life to see, where do I stand? What do I need to improve on? Maybe my conversational skills, because again, when you go speak to a woman, it's not always about, can you have sex with the woman that night or whatever that looks like. It could be, can you carry a simple conversation? That's important, because I think with a lot of men, it's a lot harder to carry a conversation with a woman than their own friends, of course, because they see the woman as higher than. The more that you talk to them, the less you see them as higher than you. So just doing that, I used to do this thing where I would talk to every woman that was around, like a cashier, and it didn't matter how they looked either. All of them. Did not matter. Just to work on conversational skills, just to understand, like, how can I get better at it? In the beginning, I wasn't the greatest. I got that feedback. That was a mirror for me. They would always look at me like, why is he so awkward? Why is he so incongruent? Right? Why does he look like that? Why is he so nervous? What's going on? Like, you would see it in their face, like they're like thrown off. Over time, it gets better because I'm getting feedback, right? So it's the same with you. For you, as you're trying to build yourself up, you always want to have this feedback. You always want to have this mirror staring back at you, showing you who you actually are. And with women, it's all about polarity. So if you see that all you're doing is you're attracting masculine women, it's because you're a feminine man. It's that simple. You're attracting women who try to dominate you and try to do all these things and literally act like a man. That's because you act like a woman. So obviously you're going to attract the opposite of who you are. And that's what a lot of men don't understand. Why do I always attract these women who are just fighting all the time and they're like always just talk shit and they do all this? Because you're the opposite of that. You're the complete opposite. You're completely feminine to where you get submissive every time. Women feel like they can have you submit to them. That's who you're going to attract. Obviously the opposite, that's why you see a lot of the guys, and I'm not saying that you need to be an asshole, but you have to have that energy to you. You have to have that energy where you have boundaries that nobody can cross you, right? You have to be like the opposite of a nice guy. You have to be able to drop shit, like just drop a situation at any point in time. Like, you should be able to literally draw the boundaries and nothing crosses those boundaries regardless of how beautiful the woman is. Now, that type of guy is always going to get the feminine woman because it's a polar opposite, right? Polarity, polar opposite. So you have to get to that point where you understand that the mirror is always going to be some sort of a polarity test, and you have to be able to pass that test. And a lot of men can't do that because a lot of men nowadays are soft as fuck. They don't even want to talk to women. And again, I'm not saying this as a pickup thing. I'm saying this as just having regular conversations. They like try to avoid it. There were guys, I remember like when this was like a few years ago, it's like there were guys who literally just house full of women and everyone's trying to avoid them. Everyone's trying to avoid them. I'm like, fuck it, bro. I'm about to go talk to all of them. And it was great. They were like, bro, how are you doing it? I'm like, it's just natural, bro. Like, you have to get to a point where you just talk to them and in the back of your head, you're not trying to get anything out of it. See, a lot of guys, when they talk to women, they get incongruent because they're trying to talk to them regularly to show that they're nonchalant. But in the back of their mind, in their soul, they want to have sex and they need that shit now because they haven't had that shit in months. And so, because there's scarcity, right? And so when they start talking to the woman starts to be off. She starts to feel off about him because she's like, Why is he trying to act nonchalant? But I feel, because women can feel energy. I feel the energy that he's trying to get something from me, obviously sex, right? So that shows incongruency, which makes you unattractive, right? A lot of men are walking through this world incongruent with everything that they do. Everything. Their self-image doesn't match their actions that they take. Their thoughts don't match what their self-image deserves to be, or what they believe their self-image deserves to be. The way that they dress, the way that they look, everything just does not match. There's like this weird offness about them, which a lot of people, they get turned off by that. You end up being invisible in society when you're not congruent, right? That's why if you have a very powerful energy, which I believe a lot of you have, right? You have this very, very powerful energy. You have this desire to be the best version of yourself, but you're not actually actively working on that and completing that desire by embodying it every day. You will be incongruent. People will not like you, bro. And you'll be like, people just hate me. No, it's because you're not doing the things that you need to do to be the person that you say that you want to be. There's incongruencies there. And when you talk to people, you try to put on a mask when you talk to people, but internally, that's not what you really think. So again, the person sees that signal of incongruency and they just say, I don't, there's something about him, I don't want to talk to him. He gives off like sociopath vibes. Right? Because a sociopath is like what they truly, actually, I don't even want to comment on sociopaths because I don't even understand that shit. That's deeper. I'm just like mid sentence. I'm just like, nah, I want to talk about sociopaths. Because for me, it's like, you cannot be a guy who is trying to be something that you're not. Right? Internally, if you know, it's the same for me, right? I remember I was very, very incongruent. Because I was sleeping with a bunch of women, like shit, rotation after rotation. I was really doing that shit. And I just felt incongruent. Everything felt incongruent to me. Just having that situation felt incongruent, right? Even women would be like, you're like an actual like solid guy. Like you don't actually seem like the type to be doing this. Like, because I would be open with it. Like, look, I have this rotation, I have this, I have that. And I got to a point where I'm like, yeah, bro, like, I'm not really congruent right now. Like, I'm good with one, really. I've already had the fun of, like, multiple. I'm good. And so that's what I mean by congruency. It's like, you got to understand what you truly, truly desire. And don't be afraid to go against what the popular norm is for that time. I know now the norm is to be with as many women as humanly possible, never get married, never do any of that shit. If that's genuinely what you want to do it. Because when you go up to a woman, there will be a mirror, bro. Like, it will literally, the way that you truly, what you really, really want, what's deep inside of you is going to reflect. It just will. And you have to be able to be that guy who understands, okay, what do I truly want? I know it might go against society. And again, if you're a guy who you want to live with harems of women, you want to have like 20 wives and shit like that and like 100 kids, great, bro. As long as you're congruent, as long as the reality that you have is exactly what you want internally, great. Absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? But always keep that congruency. Because again, women will expose you. They will expose you fast as fuck. That's why a lot of men can't even live with women. Right? You know how a lot of the alpha males are the alpha males, they're like, don't go live with women. Don't ever live with a woman. And it's funny because I've learned the most about myself living with women. Multiple, not all at once. I didn't get to that level, but just one at a time, just going through that process. Because what men don't understand, and I'm glad you got this far into the video because now it gets real. What men don't understand is they try to do self-improvement and shit, right? They try to, cold showers, maintain frame when you're on the date and all this shit. Yeah, the date lasts for maybe a couple hours, bro. You have to go back home. You can take that mask off and relax. But when you live with a woman, bro, and you come into that shit with a mask, you're fucked. You're fucked when you come into that with a mask. Because now you can't take it off. And if you take it off, you get exposed. And then you get bitched out. So you have to get to a point where it's like, okay, let me test my self-improvement. Let me test how good I've gotten. How solid have I become? How solid have my habits become? That's really what I did. I lived with women. Like, they would come live in my apartment, right, at that time, because I was always living in apartments. And I would test myself, and sometimes I would fail that test. I would sleep in a little bit too longer because I got comfortable, because you have a warm person right next to you, a warm woman that like gives you nourishment, whatever you want to think about, right? Like you have that, so you kind of just chill. And then all the men will complain and say, oh yeah, when you live with a woman, you lose your drive. No, you never had the drive to begin with, bro. You never had that shit. It was never in you. So it'll never be on you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I lost my drive. I couldn't work in the same capacity. Bro, it's because you were literally falling into the frame of the woman that you were with. It's all good. And it's hard not to. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's easy not to fall into their frame. It's hard as fuck, but that's real self-improvement. When you can go through that process, when you can live with a woman and still do the shit that you need to do on a regular basis, and even if she gets upset, not give a fuck and still do what you have to do because you know it's best, that's real self-improvement. Because now you have external forces that are checking you, that are testing you. A lot of men won't even agree with me on this because they like to be isolated. And I made a video about male loneliness, and I'm like, yeah, if loneliness makes sense, or choosing to be lonely makes sense, because, you know, you want to just get out of the game completely because the game is rigged against you. But I will say this, man, like it does something to a man when you can see the feedback of who you are in real time when you talk to people. And even deeper, when you live with a woman and you can really test who you really are. You can test you saying no to specific things. Even if she literally shit tests you and tries to make an excuse and makes you basically try to change your mind and you still stay on that, you have self-improved. You have become a better version of yourself. All of those things. Men are afraid to live with women because they're like, oh, yeah, distraction. It's like, bro, you were going to get distracted anyway. You're going to scroll through social media and watch a Tate motivational reel anyway. The woman didn't distract you. You were already going to be distracted because the mission wasn't strong enough. You didn't have enough conviction in it. Because, bro, I'm telling you, any man who has a mission, who has something that they want to accomplish, whether it's a project, whether it's a business, whether it's something monumental in this life that they want to accomplish, if they are completely committed to it, bro, there's not a single person that can rock them, bro. You look at Elon Musk, this dude is committed to his mission. Committed. There's not a single woman that he has out of the harem of them that can stop him, bro. Nobody can stop that motherfucker. This man is just, I don't even know. But you get the point, man. You gotta understand that women are the mirrors to men. They will show you who you truly are. The way that a woman treats you shows you who you really are. And you know what's crazy? A lot of men, they will accidentally get a solid woman. So this was me, by the way, at a certain point in time in life. You will accidentally get a good woman, and you'll fumble the whole fucking bag. You'll fumble the whole situation. She'll treat you perfect. She'll treat you exactly how you fantasized about a woman treating you. And he'll completely fuck it up. He'll either cheat on her, or he'll do something stupid, or he'll just completely break it off, all in the name of, I need to find myself, right? And that happens because there's a lot of men who, you're not even fit to receive a good woman. You're just not. Like, your self-image is not fit to receive a good woman. So the minute that you even accidentally run into one, by the cosmos, by some sort of luck, you get to one, you're literally gonna fuck it all up. Because your self-image was not, again, designed for that. Your nervous system was not designed to actually get that type of love from a woman. So when you get that, it makes you uncomfortable, makes you feel weird. You start to get paranoid. You start to think that something's wrong. You start to think, because your mind was already programmed that all women were bad. So when a woman actually starts treating you good, you start to get paranoid, and you literally fight or flight. It's a nervous system thing. I'm telling you guys, if you study the nervous system, you'll understand why a lot of this shit happens. Fight or flight gets you all fucked up. And then you mess that up. Then you go back to thinking, well, yeah, all women were bad. Yeah, she probably cheated on me. Like, of course she did. Even though she maybe didn't, right? But again, you already have that assumption built in. So you have to rewire your internal state, because a woman will check you. And it doesn't even have to be verbal, right? It could be how she treats you. You look like a sack of oatmeal, bro, and you're not confident in yourself. You can't talk to people. Of course, women are going to look at you in disgust. or just not even see you to begin with, or you look like a pencil neck, no one's gonna care about you. Again, life is a mirror. Women are mirrors, right? You go up to a woman, hey, my name is, they'll be like, oh, you're so nice, you're so kind, hope you have a good day. Cooked. You know what I mean? Everything's a mirror. And a lot of men nowadays are afraid of these mirrors, bro. They're afraid of getting rejected. That shit is the greatest feedback you could ever have. I've done cold approach back then at the gym, wherever. If I get rejected, bro, like, that's fine. Because I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe what I'm projecting is not what this person wants. And I started looking at it like it was a game, bro. Like, I just didn't care. I just had as many conversations, I would literally figure out the best entryways to start talking, just to make it completely natural. It became fun. And I got good at it. And my physique transformed. And then I got even better. It's all a game, bro. And you have to play the game at the highest level. Or just exit the game and just make your own game. That's even better. Make your own game. That's what I did. Just made my own game. Don't have time to play the game the way that it is. Now, me playing my game at the highest level is easier than me trying to play the established game at the highest levels. For fucking what? Shit does nothing for you. But I hope this was valuable for you. Links will be in the description if you want to tap in with me. Programs, courses. Yes, I am a course seller. I fucking hate when people say, oh, he's selling courses. Of course, this is an ad. Bro, I'm not dumb. Like, you get attention, you have knowledge that people want, people will pay you for it. Nobody's putting a gun to your head to tell you that you need to buy a course. It is your decision. It is your knowledge that you want to pursue. It is synthesized knowledge that you a lot of the times you're not gonna find that shit on YouTube, not the way that it's been synchronized, because it's through my experience. A lot of people have found value in that. I've gotten a lot of emails saying that they've enjoyed the courses, whether it's on YouTube, doubling somebody's subscriber count or view count, like 10xing their view count, doubling their revenue in their business, just from the course. It's like, I'm gonna always provide that. You're dumb. You're probably broke. You're probably broke. A lot of motherfuckers that are broke really hate on somebody who's really just playing the game the way that it needs to be played. And winning and helping other people at the same fucking time. But I rant too much. If you're interested, again, in working with me, I also have a group model that I'm doing right now. Pretty much like a group of 10 guys. It's gonna be 6 weeks, identity shifting heavy, regulating your nervous system, basically getting you to the point where you're magnetic, where you're a man who can attract elite women, you can attract more opportunities, make more money, and attract higher level men to network with. They will want to know who you are, right? This 6-week program will actually get you to that point. It'll be hands-on with me, week by week, right? I will constantly be in there helping everybody with their individual problems, and other people can take other inspiration from other people. 6 weeks, right? So link will be in the description if you want to apply for that. Otherwise, if you want one-on-one personal help from me, DM me on Instagram, all good. I don't publicize that too much, but it is available because my time is very limited. I am working with a decent amount of people right now, but if you're a solid person and I feel like I can help you, because I don't want to work one-on-one with complete beginners. I want to work one-on-one with guys who are like, they've made some money, they may have gotten some results in their physique, but they want to get to that next level, right? That's where I can help the most. I've done work with beginners and it's worked, but the amount of progress that an intermediate can make with me is next fucking level. And also, I cannot help somebody who has $0. I can't. Like, go get a fucking job. I don't know what to tell you. Like, someone literally was like, I have no money. How can I make money? I'm like, bro, go get a fucking job. Because I had a job before I started making money online. And I started the job, or I started making money online while I was at the job. Don't be a fucking retard, bro. Like, come on. Like, we all will win, but you gotta be smart, right? Don't reach out to somebody for help when you have no money. For what? You can watch endless amount of YouTube videos, for sure. I will sound like a dickhead right now, but I kind of have to, because I think a lot of people don't get it. I think a lot of people, they look for free advice when in reality they could just watch YouTube videos. And if you've been watching my videos for the last year, there have been guys who've completely transformed their lives just through the free videos. And there have been guys who have transformed their lives just working with me as well, whether it's on the physique side, whether it's on making money side, right? Getting financially free. But there's no free lunch out here. I make content to also make money. I'm gonna sit here and say that. Now we talking rants and shit. So if y'all already checked out, you checked out. But if you watch it, at least you get in the real game, right? I'm in this game to, yes, make content, inspire people, but I also want to make some fucking money. Just like we all do, right? You don't just go on YouTube just to speak. Yeah, if I had all the money in the world, I'd still be on YouTube. That's why it's called doing your fucking passion, right? And making money from your passion. Because even if there was no money in it, I would still be doing this shit. I was posting on social media even before I was making money. But I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that, oh yeah, I make all these videos and I have nothing to sell to you. That's bullshit. I have everything to sell to you. I have all my knowledge. I have all of my selective time, right, as well, and overall energy to sell to you, you know? And that's what's going to 10x a guy's life. That's what's going to make a guy more masculine, being around another masculine male, right? And getting advice from him and having a framework and a roadmap to do what it is that he needs to do. I'm not here to just be free. I'm not here, bro, that's why I stopped doing the free strategy calls. You got people booking calls, they just want to talk. And I'm like, bro, I don't have time to talk to you about whatever. I have time to qualify whether it makes sense to work with you or not. And then we can start to go into a structure that makes sense to get you the results that you want. I'm not here to have a casual conversation. I get DMs all the time. Martel, what are tips to do this? What are tips to do that? Bro, I am not your personal just Q&A guy. I'm not your personal just like AI machine, bro. My time costs money. Either costs me money or it's going to cost somebody else money. That's just how it works. And that's how, and I don't say this from a place of like narcissism or any of that. That's how I've respected other people's time. Other people's time, I will pay you to help me. If I need your help, if I need your energy, and I see that you have something, because that's how I used to be. If I see they have this type of energy that I want, it doesn't even matter if what it is that they're teaching me works or not. I just want to just have a piece of their energy, right? This is deeper. This is something that's more advanced that people don't understand. I will pay them for that shit. And it's worked every time. I won't chit chat. I'll be like, how much? How much do you need? Boom, done, right? That's it. And I expect the same with me. If you feel like I can actually help you and you hesitate to drop whatever amount to do it, you've been cooked from the beginning. Because I don't hesitate, bro. It's true. Hesitation is what kills progress. It's what the old version of you that you're trying to destroy does all of the time, which is why they're in the same position. You hesitate before you go talk to the girl, so then you go fuck it up. You hesitate to start that business, so then you never start the business. You stay in the 9-to-5 forever. The hesitation is like a quick just backslide to just back to normal, going the opposite direction. When you could have made, boom, instant decision, boom, change. Even just the energy of transferring money just gets people, bro. It gets people to just move forward. I remember like whenever I would pay somebody to help me in anything, the minute I pay them, bro, I just feel like I'm on go. Like my energy changed. It's really interesting when you let go of money and you just get back this force that gets you to move even faster. It's crazy. But that's like deeper, more metaphysical shit. But I hope this was valuable for you guys. I went on this quick rant because I'm tired of having broke motherfuckers try to basically scam me. Oh, I get some losers in the comments are like, bro, you're selling a course, that's grifting. And it's like, bro, having a broke person try to get me to get a free call with them is scamming me. you're getting. All right, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video. Shit, this is crazy.